talk about me behind my back.
Jealous.
Because I'm afraid of the dark.
Well, you know I love you, don't you?
Who are you?
No, weak.
No. Talking.
Jealous.
What are you doing here?
From far away, but you always knew you'd be the one to work while they all play. And you lay awake at night and scheme of all the things that you would change, but it was just a dream.
Help me! Mr. Barry, can you hear me?
I most definitely can.
You can. Well, CS greetings, CS goers. This is me, Xtremes, with the legendary Anthrax, and we're about to bring you Energy versus White Rabbit Gaming. And it's been too long, Barry.
I feel like you're overselling me here.
Maybe a little.
The legendary Anthrax. I'm just Anthrax.
Okay, we'll go with just Anthrax. That's okay. Thanks everybody for joining us, though. I do appreciate you guys being here when you could be watching much better Counter-Strike. Oops. Well,
There is? You call that much better?
I don't know. Slightly better. I don't know. I wouldn't say much better. But we're into the knife round, so they're going to poke each other with sharp objects.
Well, I mean, you have a look at both... well, I mean, Fnatic's getting dropped.
Yeah, they're getting drop kicked off the server at the moment.
It's not pleasant to watch, but FaZe finally going to probably get their first championship.
Well, in a
major.
while, yeah. Well, it's not really a major, though, but it is a big tournament, that's for sure. Fnatic are making a comeback, though, so I should have probably checked in the last 3 minutes since I last looked. Oops. But hey,
More
guys,
importantly, Energy.
yeah, Energy versus White Rabbit Gaming, and Energy starting off on the CT side, which they're going to be feeling particularly happy about. I know they're a big fan of this map, so they should be going in with quite an advantage.
Really struggling to get my CS open. For some reason, Steam just doesn't want to work with me.
Oi, it does happen. Into the pistol round in the meantime, WRG being very tentative here as they're going towards Fountain. I don't think I've seen such a slow Fountain take before. Catching Canny a little bit, but Canny catching Zio with the headshot. Excellent work there from him. Meanwhile, Auto Director completely screwing us over. Some kills coming. Canny gets himself another before he's traded off there by Casimir. 2v3 at the moment. And the terrorists on the back foot here. The bomb is known, its whereabouts for Energy. But they're not going to force the issue just yet. Meanwhile, a rotation coming in from behind, and Black Poison, the pistol god, getting shown to be mortal there. 2-on-2 here. And it's pretty doable, I think, for White Rabbit Gaming. How's your CS treating you? Is it doable yet?
It is doable as we speak. I'm busy logging in.
Cool. Well, hi,
And I'm
Abuse. Hi, Shizzy. Thanks for joining
Getting
us.
some people asking me what I'm doing playing Counter-Strike.
In the meantime, B-Side Tech coming in here. Domster, the man to defend, and he gets dropped before the trade comes in from Tuckbok. 1v1. Tuckbok so good in these situations. Kurikan here, very good player, but he's new to this team, and he's going to be looking at completely the wrong angle. Gets dropped, destroyed. Kind of like Fnatic on the first map there, but again, that's not happening anymore.
Okay, so I am in 1-0, yes?
Indeed, 1-0. You are on the right server. This isn't a week ago or something crazy like that.
That's all I need.
I sometimes wonder when I've jumped onto servers and I look at a scoreline and think, that doesn't look right. Am I in the right place?
Pass. This is interesting. Connie with Scout. Nice early shot there onto Shaz, who is not going to enjoy that. Eric as well, down to 30 moments, and just a stack of deagles here for WRG, Mike.
Yeah, that can do some damage if they can find the right engagements, but Canny got probably the best weapon to counter it at range. Of course, the SMG is not going to fare that well at range against those deagles, but the Scout dishing out the damage, and Canny loves that weapon.
Yeah, and most importantly, the intel. Canny knows exactly where they are, which is why you've got Energy kind of favoring close towards that A-bomb site there.
Yeah, quite a lot of guys waiting here, but Zio in a good position to maybe catch Flexi.
Get another one. Little beauty.
That was very
getting
nice.
Put down. Casimir picking up that M9, but Domster, the little demon there, showing exactly how it needs to get done. But unfortunately, just not enough for White Rabbit Gaming as Tuckball comes in and uses that beautiful blonde mane to mop up the leftovers.
I almost feel like he's just spinning his head and, you know, whipping them with that hair.
Canteen actually are in talks with him at the moment.
I think that would make a wonderful marketing tie-in. I think you're onto something there, Barry.
Well, not me. Tuckball.
Somebody needs to tell him. Get on the phone. Pantene. Head and Shoulders, one of those.
Straight away into the third round here. Complete and utter save. Solitary. Oh, that flashbang from Black Poison. Was it Black Poison? Or did somebody else help him out there. Got some huge damage in onto White Rabbit Gaming, and just semantics as they run in for a absolute slaughterhouse, into a slaughterhouse rather.
Indeed, I like those first two kills also coming in there for Black Poison while he was pretty flashed. So holding the right angle, knows his way around. It's like Luke Skywalker in A New Hope, got the blast shield down.
Yeah.
Buy round time.
At this point, all crazy. You've got the AKs, and those 3 rounds were pretty quick, and they've got themselves in a default here. But I mean, looking in the wrong angles here, Tuckball gets himself 2 easy kills there, eventually getting traded out beautifully by Crick there, taking out both Tuckball and Carney, not expecting Black Poison to be there though. And White Rabbits, what looked like a really terrible situation with those early kills there from Tuckball, just got completely burst around when Black Poison traded out Crick there.
Ooh.
But that's exactly what White Rabbit Gaming needed. First buy round, a lot of damage done to both teams, but I mean, I think Flexi was the only one that's held on to that MP9.
Yeah, going for a bit of a bonus round, hoping to get some kills with the weapon nonetheless. Of course, if they lose the round, they'll still have money, so they'll be okay, but
Yeah.
feels like it's a bit of a disadvantage unless he maybe gets the drop on somebody.
Black Poison knew the bomb was there, so he's going to spot that the bomb is actually being picked up now. And the rotation will be called to come in because there's no ways they've moved in onto that B bomb site. So Flexi already making his way to that A site, hopefully going to cut off White Rabbit to prevent the plant. But MP9 up against 2 AKs.
Ooh, that nade is going to touch it down, actually. Not as much as I thought, but Black Poison with the flank.
So the bomb's gone down now. Zeo, 1 versus 2 clutch. I mean, time for both the in-game leaders. Flexi's got that MP9. They're going to try maybe for a ninja defuse. Spots him out. That flash just perfect over the top there. Zeo thinking that they were going for the quick ninja defuse, but really great communication between the energy players as that flash gets plopped off just in time.
Indeed, so we got the 3-0 there for energy. Got a bit dicey for a second, but in general, I don't think they were under too much pressure there. And for White Rabbit Gaming, of course, something we must mention is it is a pretty new lineup. If you look, Zio's the guy in charge these days. Grim's a new player. Shaz coming in. She's been in a couple teams in the last year as well. And Kirikin, I've played with him quite a bit, actually. He's a very good player, but young and inexperienced still. And Casimir is probably in the situation that's a little unfamiliar for him, being one of the most experienced players.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would take
Touchdown.
Casimir about 400 years to catch up to Zio, but you know, you think Shaz is finally in what you would probably hope is a really good team led by Zio, and having Casimir, she played with him in APG. Black Poison peeking over the top there, and Carrick just taking advantage of that deadly aim and putting him to sleep. So immediately the numbers advantage in the favor of WRG. I mean, for a new lineup like this, Mike, you want to win a couple rounds. I mean, you don't want to get walked over here, and up against a team like Energy, you know, it's going to be a very difficult battle. Is this Shaz one of her first games with White Rabbit?
I think she's been there for a few weeks now. They did take a pretty big loss against Online Kingdom, who, you know, team who actually qualified for Masters recently, and they're all a team of young, newer players that a lot of guys don't know. I know a few of them from having played with them, but general, you know, names like Adora and Alpha and Orator aren't going to really be known. But what is known is Zio is on the bomb side. He doesn't see anybody yet, but Kirikin toasted. Through the box.
That's the experience showing there. Knowing that, Shaz with a beautiful little lineup there as Flex and Canny go down. No, not Canny. It was Flex and Tuckbook, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Canny does reprise with 1 kill, but 1v4 with the North, it's not going to be easy on the retake. I don't think he's going to risk it. It's probably better to keep the economy together. What do you think?
For sure. I mean, he's obviously, you know, he's posted up waiting for someone hopefully to come looking for him. He's got that defuse kit, but the logical thing is absolutely not to go for that bomb defuse. Just maybe see if you can do a little bit of damage on White Rabbit Gaming, but you know, same sentiments. They're also going to want to make sure that they keep their economy in check, try and rebuild it after this first round. They don't want to find themselves being reset after this. And a nice solid round for them, only losing Brems there.
Yeah, very good. And that shot through the box from Zio, he probably couldn't believe his luck.
So, still money for energy. I mean, holding on to that AWP. Famas being thrown out to flex, and P250 to Tuckbok. You know, that's just, you may as well give him the Negev. It's the same thing. Oh, he picked up a UMP, so same. I still stand by what I'm saying. P250 in the hands of Tuckbok. Was a P2000. I don't think he bought a P250.
No, he's got a P250. I kind of think of Tuckbok as a player in the vein of somebody like a Flasher, for instance. Obviously not at the same level, but Flasher is one of those players who's legendary for using the CZs, the 5.7s, the Tech 9s, the SMGs of this world and making them work against full buys. Tuckbok, probably the guy in the local scene who's most known for those kinds of plays.
I feel he might disagree with you and maybe say he's probably better than Flasher.
Power is in the hair. Kenny under a bit of pressure, but I don't think he knows just yet. He might have spotted somebody out there,
Got
though.
the arm there.
Ooh, nice.
So off-screen, Kenny did spot. Look at him. He's just going absolutely ham on that long area there. Flexi getting taken out just before. And now Kenny doesn't actually know he's gone through. But beautiful little shot there as Cricken gets taken out. And Carney completely unaware of what was going on there. Still checking that smoke. But ninja-like reflexes as he takes out Cricken. Now it's Casimir, the only man left, and going to be quite interesting. Long range AWP versus AK.
He's got some great first bullet aim, but against the AWP, the scope, it's going to be difficult. And there's also support from Bathrooms by Black Poison. Kenny now trying to bait him in a little bit, I think, with the jumps.
Yeah. Tomster still holding that angle though as Casimir takes him out. Now, 2v1, the situation, he doesn't know that Kenny's pushed up to rock, so they're going to run into... Oh, hello! Someone didn't buy head armor, or did he?
Hey, he had head armor. It didn't matter, though, that close.
No, 87, yeah, 80, he was down, he lost some health, though.
Yeah, geez, Kenny with some fast shots, showing some of his pedigree, I think. Money under a bit of pressure for both teams now, though. If you look at it, White Rabbit Gaming pretty much going all in. And for energy, with this buy, they're also reduced to pretty much nothing because of the rebuys they had to do. Oh, and the knife! By mistake.
What happens when you get in the way? What happens when you get in the way? Lexi, getting in the way of Carney. Carney needing his space.
It's interesting to see Carney on the AWP instead of Black Poison, actually.
Well, he's definitely... not doing too badly there. He's currently top scoring.
He's very well qualified for it, that's for sure. He's always been the main AWP in most of his teams. Just in energy, sort of late last year, he was very much the secondary AWP, I think.
Yeah. See, Grems is still yet to put anything on the board. Yeah, he's got himself 3 assists though, so not able to quite finish off the kills that he starts off. Oh, White Rabbit lining up in bathroom here, gets himself 1. 2. Flex unable to finish off Crick, but they know the bomb's in that bomb site. Crick now finally getting himself another one.
Kenny's Spidey sense tingling, and so has his body with the bullets impacting him, and Theo's going to take him down. The experienced player doing well, and Casimir spotting a butt and shooting it.
Tuckball completely unaware of Casimir in the back there, but I mean, they knew where Crick was, and Domston now with that MP9, I can't see, unless he manages to swap out for an M4, I don't see anything happening here. Khalil in the hand. Oh, nope. Casimir.
Very nice round from him there. Double kill for him, double kill for Kiri as well, and then we had Zio getting that crucial kill, as you were mentioning, on the top frag of Kenny.
Yes.
Casimir actually at the top of the scoreboard at the moment, 9 and 5 for his team, and as you said, Grem's not the 007 considering he's got the 4 assists, but it never feels good to not be on the scoreboard.
So Down to Pistols Energy. They're up 5-2. White Rabbit just not actually able to get enough momentum to string a couple rounds together. And you know, you want to see them put a couple rounds on the board, one after the other. Maybe try and hold on to that economy and see if they can make it happen. But right now, Casimir getting that first opening kill. Shaz kill with the Goliath off me anyway. Black Poison and Carney out of the game. As for energy, it's sorry, Mike, but it's, for them it's just about getting the damage, and Truckbook getting 1 kill, so trying to just do as much economical damage as possible.
That was close. And is he going to take him down? Yes, he does. Jeez, taken completely by surprise and still lives through the effort using a P250. Didn't buy. He should go down here. Domster smartly dropping him. Yeah, a little bit of damage dealt there by White Rabbit Gaming early in the round. You saw a couple of dinks coming in. It could have been dangerous. Maybe Energy could have gotten a couple earlier kills, but White Rabbit doing the right thing, sticking together, which I think is important when you're against the Pistols. Too many teams try to play their defaults, and when you do that, you open up opportunities for 1v1s against the Pistols. And I think a little bit of that experience from Zio showing in that.
A matter of semantics there. Zio knowing that if he carries on spraying, every time Domsitz has to step out, he's going to take damage, and eventually does all the way down. And White Rabbit Gaming slowly starting to chip away at that sunlight between themselves and Energy.
Yeah, very much so. Just an update on the major. It's now 12-13 Fnatic within 1, and they're on CT side Inferno. And of course, FaZe been a little shaky on the map recently, so actually
another bit of damage. Or was that a nade? That was a nade that came in. And 2 kills now with those pistols for Energy. And they're just going to start picking up AKs, and when you put AKs in the hands of Energy, that becomes a problem for your team. The bomb should go down onto that B-bomb site. Energy now starting to look around. As soon as that bomb does go down, they'll start to make their way to the bomb site. I don't know, get those AKs into the hands of players with armor, but Domster all the way down to 30. So Casimir stepping out and getting taken out by Domster, the man with no health.
That makes no sense, but finally Grim's on this callwood, but he's in a 1v4, and he's not going to be able to get the ace. He gets instantly dropped there with this easy. And that aggression out of Energy to run there towards the fountain area, very much a matchmaking strat, but it works out.
White Rabbit Gaming just gave Energy 4 AKs.
Wow, that's dangerous stuff with players at this level of aim. Giving them free AKs on the CT side.
It's just ridiculous. They've got enough money to basically do a completely full buy here and have some left over for the next round. And White Rabbits in the back, they've got to buy. But I mean, this is, if they don't do something here, it's about 2 or 3 rounds before they can really do anything.
Yeah, all in at the moment, and that's always dangerous because the reset is just around the corner. Being in financial ruin, you never want to be there as a CS:GO player or in real life. Tuckbook gonna boost his teamie here, and waiting for it is Shaz, showing her experience. Beautiful shot.
That's great for White Rabbit, getting that opening kill from Shaz, the new player in the team. She's gonna get her confidence up and start to really work on that as well. Oh, Sexy getting 1, Casimir down, and then Zio together, giving themselves that numerical advantage once again. That AWP is still in the hands though, so Black Poison out of the game, Sexy out.
Still
40 seconds.
Low HP on a couple players, yeah. That could potentially be an issue. Poking around the B-bomb site. Only 1 player waiting, but Kirikan not looking to his right. Sneaking in though, and this information could cause his team to move in there, and they might not be aware of the player. Tuckbook waiting for them, and there he is, catches 1, but not able to catch any more in this round. Against Kenny with the AWP, it's going to be difficult. If he can get himself a rifle, he's in the position to retake against players that are this low.
Yeah, he is. No defuse kit though, so probably just want to see. I mean, he must know. Like one well-placed grenade, he could probably get all three of them.
Curse you teammates for not dropping a grenade when you died. You see him looking around there. Is there anything?
Just something. A loud firecracker, maybe.
Jeez, the HP on a couple of these players, I think if you throw a decoy at them, they're probably going down. Not really, guys. Please, don't ever go at me for that. I know it only takes 1 HP off.
So, just to add to that, Fnatic have now taken the lead. And White Rabbits clawing their way back, but I think previously, before the, well, not I think, but the previous round where they gave them 4 AKs has actually kept energy back in this game. They've actually gone for a double AWP setup now. Black Poison picking up the AWP.
Meanwhile, Fnatic in the lead, 14-13, so could actually take the second map in IM Katowice. Let's see if it works
Mike,
out.
were you listening to me?
No,
I said Fnatic have taken the lead.
I wasn't actually. I was talking to Casimir. He's so worried. Are we streaming his game or not? So I
Oh, my
wasn't
word.
listening to you at all. I was like talking to Casimir. He's like,
It's okay.
dude, are
It's
you
okay.
streaming our game? I'm like, but you're supposed to be playing.
No, don't talk to me, Canny, with a nice early kill and Casimir going down, because he was obviously talking to you.
Raffle.
And now, this aggression is not working for White Rabbit Gaming as they just run into the gun of Carney there. Flexi there to back him up and eventually gets taken out by Kraken, but when it's too late, 1v4 and 9 health, and the bomb is out in the open. This is not doing well. This is not boding well for White Rabbit. And again, I go back to this. This all ties back into the fact that they gave 4 of those AKs to Energy. Even though they won the very next round, Energy still had the money to do exactly what they've just done and buy an extra AWP.
Yeah, that worked out really well for them. And for White Rabbit, I think the issue for them right now is the money isn't quite even. So I was going to say they have the choice of saving or deciding to force, and they've decided to force. And also news from the mouth of Casimir. Tell Kiri he's baiting. Okay, Kiri, you're baiting.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Tell Casimir to stop being salty and just play the game. So, both tunnels flamed off, mollied off by Energy, just slowing that play down from Energy.
What?
Trying to hopefully catch something off guard. Domster getting put down by Casimir there.
Through the wall?
Yeah, I think that was a bit of a lucky shot.
Very much so. Of course, he will claim that was all skill. In fact, I will ask him.
He probably will. I have no doubt. And right now, just a slow game. Energy will take this with both hands, even though Domster's down. Just little taps there from Buckbook as they try and look for a spot. I mean, Energy using their utils really well here, slowing Energy at White Rabbit all the way down. Like everywhere they move, there's a smoke or an incendiary in that. And it really is playing really well.
And I think that's going to hurt them now because they've only got 2 flashes left and 2 lives left as well now. Grim's bringing it back a little bit, but on 8 HP and with his teammate only on a deagle, I think this is not going to work out, and it's not. Down he goes. Black Poison with a great round. Triple kill.
8-4.
I can't repeat what Casimir says about that shot, so I'm sorry, guys.
Rabbit Gaming, Casimir buying the AK, obviously maybe evening out the cash. Not better maybe to throw a couple pistols out?
Could have been a misbuy as well, because if you look at the other players, they're all saving for the next round. Maybe he bought without checking the money. Also, this is something that's kind of popular at the moment. Na'Vi particularly like to do this. But when Flexi is doing that, does it even matter? Quad kill.
Goes for the ace, I'm sure. Casimir knows he's there, the bomb's through there, and no ace for Flexi. But I hope to hell it was a plan or a strategy from White Rabbit Gaming. If not, all I can say is he needs to stop talking to you, Mike.
Yeah, he's definitely not focusing. He's under so much pressure right now, and pretty much staring at white all day, every day because they have that many flashes. Don't think he's going to be long for this world, guys. I think he's going to be tucked in very neatly, but in the meantime, getting a couple of headshots and making it expensive. But I could just imagine if I was Flexi there after I got those 4 kills against players with pistols, I think he would have been pretty unhappy that he suddenly got killed by a guy with an AK. That must have been surprising.
Yes, and yeah, it must have been a misbuy because everybody else is buying up. Casimir with CZ, and right now, not looking too good for White Rabbit Gaming.
Yeah,
Also not looking good for FaZe.
indeed, 15-14, although they just took a round now, so could go to overtime. Inferno in overtime. Name a more iconic duo, right?
Absolutely. Grem's out of the game early. I wonder if that AK is anywhere near Casimir at the moment. Look at this. Grem's on 3, Shaz on 4. So 2 of those players need to make something happen. To getting a nice little shot there on Shaz.
Knows the angle so well towards the barrels there. I mean, sorry, the tunnel, shall I say. It was round, so I called it a barrel. I'm sorry.
Okay. Lexi aware of the guys pushing past him. Must be. 10-4. Penultimate round to the half. Energy. Looking a bit shaky here and there, but now starting to get things going again.
Yeah, definitely on a roll, and for White Rabbit Gaming, the downward spiral of their money was also on a roll, just not a good one. So they're in a situation of 2 rifles, and one of them a lesser rifle as well. At least they've got some utility. I think that they're going to need to use that smartly to get themselves in the position that's going to win them the round. And there, Canny with a very nice shot, and catches himself a kill on the second bite, and another on the third.
Oh, with the grenade coming in and he threw out. Just beautiful work there from Canny. Flexi and Canny really working well together on this game, as they are top scoring for Energy, and they just are clearly playing together here, and it's working out well for them.
Shaz in the 1v4. Very difficult situation to win. Of course, if they offer themselves up individually, she does have the skill to punish them potentially. But you can see they're communicating, peeking together.
One. Able to snap around and actually finish off Flexi. That would have been amazing. Probably would have opened up the game very nicely for her if she had.
Quite so, and for White Rabbit Gaming going into CT side, 4 rounds is not the end of the world, but if they don't win the pistol, it probably is. You'd also think, looking at where the kills were going down there towards the bathrooms and fountains area, maybe White Rabbit needed to change where they were going early around, the kind of control they were going for, because Energy are very well known for being super aggressive in that area of the map and generally pushing out. Maybe don't take those fights early up. Of course, just speculation, but it seemed like they kept doing the same thing and getting punished like that.
I feel that if they play a more structured game, it catches Energy off guard. When they start to move around quite aggressively, they're just getting completely outgunned. I mean, if you look at White Rabbit, probably their best gun is Casimir at the moment. Kricken's not too bad from what I've seen, but they just don't have the firepower to go take on a team like Energy aggressively.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there. It's probably going to be more an execute-based style that's going to win you rounds as opposed to getting lucky with aim duels, because Energy will do that with you all day and beat you at it.
100%, and on top of that, it's exactly that. If you play into that aggressiveness, you're going to have to be smarter to outsmart a team like Energy. And Zio and Shaz, as well as Casimir, have all that experience to be able to do that individually.
Yeah, has Zio been an in-game leader before? like very often in previous teams. I know he's vastly experienced, but I recall him being more of the 1-2 punch with Custom in the past.
But he was IGL for the energy team that he won DGC with Shaz.
Oh really? Okay, so it's a
Yes.
bit of a reunion.
They have played together, and they've actually Shaz and Zio have won a DGC title with that.
Which
While
year was
Masters
that?
was happening. That was while Masters was happening
2016, yeah?
upstairs. Yeah, that was when your famous video did its rounds, where the teams downstairs got more than the second place team upstairs.
Oh yes, that one.
Yes.
I was surprised I was still at that launch anyway the other week.
Overtime.
Yeah.
Fusion Fnatic.
Inferno and overtime. Jeez, it's like a foregone conclusion these days. What is going on? Well, we'll tell you what's going on this side. 11-4 to Energy. It's Overpass. It's ESEA South Africa, and it's CS Sunday night with myself, Extremes. And I won't call you my boy, because you call me my boy. It's Anthrax.
The legend.
The legend. I said that earlier, and you said I oversold it.
I like it. I just want it to be sound.
Humble brag. Very slow out of Energy early round here. Not taking any duels just yet. Kenny maybe hoping to bait out some aggressiveness there in lowers, but nobody from White Rabbit even close.
No, right now they're all in their defaults, just trying to see if there's any kind of gap that they can find. Look who's that? Who's pushed all the way up there? Is that Kenny? No, it is Cutbook. All the way up into that A bomb site, just creating as much chaos as possible. Gets himself the first one, retreats hastily, Z dodging like a crazy little rabbit, and actually still surviving as Energy move on to this B bomb site completely unhindered. Casimir with a cheeky little one tap there, but Black Poison responding quite hastily there as the bomb goes down. Cutbook still alive on 12 health. Everybody's ignored him, and that's it. 12-4. I mean, wow, crazy stuff from Cutbook there.
Yeah, nice default to start the round, and I think White Rabbit probably expecting early aggression. That's why they turtled so much in the sites, and probably in so doing, they didn't have any information to work off. It allowed Tuckbook to get so close through long without getting spotted and cause so much chaos. Fantastic execute there from Energy, 12-4 at the moment, and well, Flexi, 20 kills all of a sudden.
He's one of those players that's just sneaky like that, man. He's always ticking over those kills, getting the kills when they need them, you know, and I really enjoy watching his style of play.
Love the aggressiveness that he brings, and it's also unconventional in the way that he approaches the game, so always entertaining, as you say. And Energy going to be going through the pipe here into the B bomb site, taking some fights and taking off some heads.
Just money makers in the hands of Tuckbook and Carney, but Carney not really able to do anything there as Flexi still continues to get the kills, get the assists, and bomb goes down. Not looking good.
Those casual shots,
was
though.
Just a little spray in that area. And not looking really good here for White Rabbit Gaming as Energy now go into that. What's that? They're going to go 13, so we're on the 17th round here.
Cool. Gets himself a kill, but that's all he's going to get.
Consolation prize. Keep the deagle, keep the armor, and kill.
They're in a bit of trouble here, though, of course, our White Rabbit Gaming. Running out of rounds to make this happen. And right at the end with the little jump peek of the Mac 10.
You know what adds insult to injury is the $600 that went with that.
Yep, cha-ching.
Because all you heard was money hit the floor when Tuckbook ran around the corner there and finished off Theo. Just, that's sore.
Yeah, and White Rabbit now in the full save as well, so in a situation that's not very winnable for them. They're going for the rush there towards Fountain, not going to work out, and there's nobody here waiting to receive energy.
No, that's the problem with that whole like site stack is it either works for you or it doesn't. And this time around, it's going to be either a retake situation, maybe a little train. It's, if anything, a train of death, possibly. They're just going to go and hide.
I would
Not ma-
actually. Don't
Not
give him the
let
money.
them farm the money. Yeah,
Look at this. This is unusual.
not unusual. To be loved by anyone.
Da, 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 da.
AK kills are fine. It's this that's the problem.
Oh.
Tuckbrook getting himself some money as Carney comes in. Finished the job. 14-4. Semantics.
Making it look easy, and of course it was, because the players from White Rabbit didn't have any armor or any weapons, so here's the buy round, here's what it comes down to, and they need to win it, or the game's pretty much gone for White Rabbit Gaming.
What are the tables looking like there, Mike?
Well, Flexi23, padding no stats on that eco round. And on the Fnatic versus FaZe, Fnatic took the first round, 16-15 at the moment, they're one player down, so FaZe looking to even it up. And of course, if you've watched FaZe against Cloud9 a couple times in the last couple months, probably the best CS around on that particular map. I wonder if we're going to see that here again with Fnatic and FaZe. Certainly looking forward to watching a replay.
Theo getting peeked out there and put down by Carney. Again, Carney and Flexi just working really well together. I mean, great little double peek there. And Carney just finishing off the job. But right now, as you say, Energy into their default positions. Just opening up that one slot there, like taking out Zeo. So this is where your back is up against the wall. Cricken evening it out as Carney goes down. Does a bit of damage to Flexi as well. So right now, it's anybody's round.
Flexi, though, you got to feel he's super dangerous. And Domster found himself a good spot on the site here. He hasn't been seen or heard. Just depends on the timing.
All the way in?
Oh, he should have had that headshot, and somehow he doesn't get it. Shoots the
How?
ground full of holes, but not the head.
I see that in PUBG, never in CS.
Yeah, PUBG, it's a curse. My crosshair was on him, I swear.
Yes. And from where I was looking, Domster had his crosshair right where it needed to be. Quick little flick there from Black Poison against Casimir. Tuckball taken up by Cricken, and he's also spotted Black Poison jumping across. Finishes off one. Whew, that was dirty. Brems, Shaz, 2 versus 1. Not enough time. And they'll be happy with that, I suppose. A lot of damage done to Energy.
Yeah, that's going to hurt Energy, and they've got some money, which is interesting. They don't have enough money for a proper full buy, but they've got enough money that they could buy around the AK, and it looks like that they will, although Kenny not purchasing just yet. Maybe we'll see him pick up something. There we go, CZ. Didn't think that would happen. Casimir, though, on the P250, and I wonder if they're expecting a savior. That seems like a problem when one of your stronger players is on a P250. So, I think...
Well, and then he pushes smoke and goes through flash and then kills someone while flashed.
that should not have happened.
This just doesn't... Well, I suppose you would pre-fire going around at head height, so... And that's the second time somebody from Energy has managed to push all the way in to that B-bomb site from that angle. Black Poison catching Shaz. Previous round a little bit luckier when Domster didn't manage to finish off the job. But I mean, why? Why is that happening?
Oh, Grims with a really nice spray down. They line up for him. Zio now going to go down. And it's 2v1.
Yeah, Cricken with that M4. Got a... No, goes for the 1. And Tuckbook just steps out.
Well, as you were saying there, the monster tunnel again not being covered, and you got to feel like that's a huge misstep from White Rabbit Gaming not to be keeping eyes on that, because they weren't punished in the previous round for it, but in that one they most definitely were. Black Poison got himself a free kill and bomb site under a lot of pressure when the players weren't expecting anybody to be there.
Well, like you know, talking about that, if Shaz had got killed by Domster there, he wouldn't have taken any damage and probably would have been able to pick the other one, so this game would have been over. But I mean, you know, it's small things like that. Not watching Monster Tunnel there. Connie's still on that Mac 10 on the juice. That was how he's still alive.
How anyone's still alive in that situation. Low HP on a couple players.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
starting
Order
to-
Director wrecking us, not seeing any of those frags, so
Yeah. Still not.
I feel like I'm just
Thank you.
going to switch back to Kyria because he's the only one left alive, so I'm pretty safe, I think, watching him, right?
For sure. And Deagle, four energy players and AKs alive. Bomb's going to go down, and there's really nothing he can do except run in screaming. They know exactly where he is.
Nice angle from Flexi standing on top of that box. That means he gets vision and can't be seen himself. Almost like a one-way smoke there. And 15-5 here, it's pretty much going to be 16-5 maybe. Kerry can get a couple of... Ooh, team kill.
Okay, then. Barney was getting in the way, and Black Poison said sit down.
Must have been can be the only explanation there. So that's going to be pretty comprehensive victory. And on a map like Overpass, Energy very comfortable with it. You got to feel like they had an advantage going into it. But White Rabbit did show some encouraging signs. I think, you know, further to our conversation about a minute ago, they just had a couple of small things go wrong, and that can certainly snowball for you.
Yeah, I mean, it takes some time to get used to the way teams play and how your teammates play. But you know, you kind of feel for White Rabbit that certain things didn't go their way. But it goes back into what I said about maybe just being a little bit too aggressive, maybe not focusing on that and letting a team like Energy come to you and relying on the skill of your strategy to outdo it.
Indeed, and for Energy they're catching up a little bit with Skeletons again. If we have a look at the log quickly, 11 victories, 1 loss for them, just behind Skeletons again, who we're going to be seeing up next versus Goliath Gaming. And when we were talking off air a little bit earlier, Goliath Gaming, the team that beat Energy, and Sinister Fives is the team that beat Goliath, as far as I know. So all quite incestuous in the top 4, and they're all quite close together.
It is. It's crazy. I'm looking forward to that game.
Definitely going to be a good one. So we're going to be going to that one in a minute. Something I just want to point out quickly: 25 kills on Flexi in a 16-5 game. That's quite an effort.
It is quite an effort. But, you know, like we said, he's just one of those guys that's always there, getting the kills when they need them, and you know, that's exactly what you need from a player like Flexi.
6 double kills. That's quite the terror in bathrooms there. So for us, I think we're going to take a couple minutes break, probably about 10 minutes until the next game kicks off. In the meantime, kick back, watch a bit of the I Am Katowice, and get yourself a drink. Don't go anywhere. We got Skeletons again versus Goliath Gaming with myself, Extremes, and Anthrax. Subscribe to the channel, give us a like, and send us a flower basket. Cheers, guys. See you in a bit.
Yes.
I will medicate, I can be the one. Never sleep again till we see the sun. Stare at yourself for hours in the mirror. No more telling lies, it's been said before. The makeup won't hide our lifetime scars. So let's get to all the things that we fear. Let's make this nightmare last forever. Stare deep inside the eye of a fever. You call my name. We always search for something more. You come to me. You use your weapon and blow my brains. deepest fear is shaking again. Lock up all the doors, make me feel a sin. Pour the windows, make sure no one's near. Open up your mind, bandage up your wrists. Don't put up a fight, you have a sickness. Say my name 3 times, I'll be right here. Let's make this nightmare last forever. Stare deep inside the eye of a fever. You call my name. We always search for something more. You come to me. You use your weapon and blow my brains. Let's make this nightmare last forever. Stare deep inside the eye of a fever. You call my name. We always search for something more. You come to me. You use your weapon and blow my brains. I'm crawling under the city of angels. I'm further from my own. The lights grow stronger, the fight moves under. I'm breaking under fire. No one will hold you. Every time I look into your eyes, I see this angel deep inside. You've gone away, so far away from me. A special engagement, she lights up the pavement. She pays her toe to the throne. She calls a man on the phone and says, I'm not coming home. Another lonely soul to please. You told me it's what you want. Every time I look into your eyes, I see this angel deep inside. You've gone away, so far away. Every day I seem to realize you save me from this fight inside. You've gone away, so far away from me. Keep holding on to me. I don't know what went wrong. I can't believe she's gone. I can't breathe now that you're gone. She's gone away to the city. She's gone away to the lights. She's gone away. She's gone away to the city. to all the things that we fear. Let's make this nightmare last forever. Stare deep inside the eye of a fever. You call my name. We always search for. Take some time to push it. Take some time for hate. Never take a second of bullshit. Make them come at you straight. Somebody will catch you running. Coming from a vegetable fate. Everybody has a purpose. Something that can deviate. Feed the adrenaline. Keep coming back again. Feed me until the end. I'm turning venomous. Feed me adrenaline. Lately I can see the colors changing my invisible face. I can feel you hold me under. Nobody can feel the play. Come here just a little closer. Let me feel the breath on me. I'll tie you up for the reason. You're someone I will always need. Feed me adrenaline. Keep coming back again. Feed me until the end. I'm turning venomous. Feed me adrenaline. Feed me adrenaline. Keep coming back again. Feed me until the end. I'm turning venomous. Feed me adrenaline. Feed me adrenaline.
Don't hold me back. God knows I've been through this before. I can taste it in the air, and it leaves me wanting more. You crossed me once, it's left a bitter taste, and now you push me, I will tear you down. If you're man enough to fight, then you're man enough to fall. What are you gonna do with your back against the wall? You played the game so far, now come and claim your prize. There's think you know it all. Talk will only take you so far before you have to prove it. This time I'll watch you lose it. You're out of line and out of time. Just walk away while you still have your pride. If you're man enough to fight, then you're man enough to fall. What are you gonna do with your back against the wall? You played the game so far, now come and claim your prize. There's no escaping this time. I will watch you fall. I will watch you If you're man enough to fight, then you're man enough to fall. What are you gonna do with your back against the wall? You played the game so far, now come and claim your prize. There's no escaping this time. You're just a know-it-all. But I know you're kind, and I will watch you fall. Watch you fall.
Mr. Barry, can you hear me?
I can, but not over the cheers of the Fnatic fans.
Yeah, that was quite something. I was just watching that. I'm sure you were as well.
Yeah. Golden going ham with the UMP.
Yep, that's some crazy work, and he's not one of those guys who's fancied for getting a lot of kills either. So it's kind of interesting to me that he did that well.
Probably those gunner glasses he's wearing.
I've actually wondered about those. It's definitely to protect his retinas from radiation, right? It's not because the screen's too far away or something.
God, I don't know. I got given a pair of gunner glasses from someone I'm a good friend with, but they can't help me. They can't help me.
Yeah, well, you and I are both in the same situation. We actually need our glasses for the binocular
Yes.
purposes. Need to see
Age,
far.
Mark.
But hey guys, thanks for joining us. Appreciate you guys being here. This is of course ESEA that we're going to be watching Skeletons again versus Goliath Gaming. Don't worry, the sound isn't broken. I'll turn the in-game sound on when the players are actually here, because I'm trying to have a nice conversation with my buddy Barry here, and these players keep shooting. It's bloody rude.
Waiting for who? Ace Kaboot. I've got to say that name 10 times fast.
Yep.
Panda. Oh, one of the Goliath guys left.
Yeah, we had
Yeah.
9 players here, but lost a few. In the meantime, maybe let's talk about Bravado a little bit. I think we've both been watching with the keen eye on what they've been doing. What are your thoughts on how things have been going for them?
It's been going really well. A lot better than they expected. Well, I think most people they expected to do well, but I mean, Team One just really had their number. It's also taking into account there's a lot of learning that needs to happen for Bravado Gaming as a whole, and understanding how teams play. And when you can play against some teams and really give them a good go, it's one thing. But Brazilian team had other things in mind there.
Yeah, they certainly impressed me. I watched them once before, and I didn't think they were that great. But of course, context is really difficult to understand. You know, when you're used to Bravado, you can kind of use them as a baseline to where those other teams are. Until you see enough of it, it's kind of hard to sort of figure out where they are in relative levels. But Team One certainly looked really well coordinated. I wouldn't say they're like a super tactical team, but they looked like they had a substantial amount of teamwork, and they just seemed to be like a real stylistic match for Bravado that they struggled with a bit.
Yeah, I mean, on top of that, it was just a case of maybe they had the game of their lives against Bravado, and Bravado just had nothing to answer.
Yeah, that's true. It's interesting when you look at that complexity with the team that actually won the tournament overall, and Bravado played them very close. So, you know, objectively, Complexity are a stronger team than Team One, but Complexity's playstyle is not that different to BVD. So, you could maybe see why they'd be quite a good matchup, whereas Team One were just maybe a little bit too sort of left of what Bravado are used to.
Well, that's exactly it, and I'm pretty sure if you see Bravado go up against Team One again, it will be a very different scenario. You know, the first time you get to play against some of these teams, particularly as a South African, you don't have the luxury of playing against them again. And now with Bravado being overseas and being, you know, they're able to play and hopefully get an opportunity to play against these teams on multiple levels, they might, you know, the idea is to obviously practice and learn. I mean, they didn't go there to just rock up and win everything. They're doing well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, SK Gaming didn't go to NA and just win everything. There was a process that had to happen.
Took at least a month. I'm kidding, of course.
Take at least a month?
I'm kidding, but I think Bravado have done really well, and as you said, probably defying some expectations. I mean, fans will say, okay, well, we expected them to go then crap on everybody. That's a little delusional, but it's nice that we support them. But, you know, we got to realize they still need experience against the top level teams. And considering who they've beaten so far, I think they're doing fantastically. They beat an ESL Pro League team in Team Dignitas, the team that won Mountain G League last year. They were called Saw Gaming at the time, but you know, that's quite a big scalp. And in general, the fact that they're as competitive with these MDL and Pro League teams as they are, it bodes well, because as they keep playing against them, they're going to get better. The caveat to that, of course, is as these teams play against Bravado, they have more data on them, because, you know, most teams use HL TV to find demos, and aside from the biggest tournaments, a lot of the South African games aren't there. So I think Bravado, for a lot of them, were somewhat of an unknown quantity, and they've got a bit more data now to work with.
100%.
But super proud of where the guys are, I must say. Like, I didn't expect them to be Team Dignitas. I thought they'd be competitive, but the fact that they won in the manner that they did, huge props got to go to them.
I think just in general, as a South African sports fan, it's just nice to see South African players playing in full-on leagues.
Yeah, as you were saying, that's the difference. The fact that they're there for longer than the usual show up and get stomped thing. You know, here you have the opportunity to work on it. And I recall a screenshot from Sonic. I think it was about a week ago, where he showed a screenshot of them scrimming against Optic, which has Config and Gade and, you know, Shazam, Stanislaw, those guys. It's just crazy when you look at it. The level of opposition they get to scrim against, that's going to help them get good.
Exactly that. And for me, it's just hopefully, you know, one day we get to see more of that as South African players. You know, there's talk of Energy maybe going overseas. Maybe they do, and let's, you know, where does that take us?
Yeah, that would be nice. I think it would be really cool. I guess the thing for SA, though, is without those players, it does mean slightly lower level competition, but at the same time, it also means more opportunities for other players. So I think in general, it's very much a net benefit. And talking about net benefits, I think we've got 10 players on the server, so they finally decided they want to start the game. But in general, I think if Energy were to go, that would be a big thing, because it also would give us even more context of that whole Bravado versus Energy thing. Like, are Energy actually better than BVD based on what we saw on LAN, or are Bravado better now after what we saw at WSG? It's interesting.
I think the only way you can do that is by taking past games, matching them up, and hoping that there is enough games and those teams have played together for a long time or long enough to say that this is these guys based on the teams and how many games they've played and how many, and I use this quite loosely, parentheses, majors they've won in South Africa as a team.
Yeah, for sure. It's a very, very close matchup last year, and not a very close matchup in the knife round, yeah? We're underway, of course. Thanks for joining us, guys. This is ESEA South Africa Skeletons again, the unbeaten team on the log against Goliath Gaming, the team that got the scalp of Energy. So both teams that are looking really good, both up near the top, and a lot to play for here because that's going to determine a lot for the playoffs in the coming weeks. Kind of feels crazy we're talking about playoffs in ESEA. It feels like just the other day we were at the Middle State Studios doing the ESEA final from the previous season.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that again.
Yeah, going to be very cool, and I think the game's going to be very cool. Skeletons again starting on the CT side, going to be feeling good there on Overpass. It's the side you want to be on, and Goliath Gaming with all the aggression and the aim they've got, don't think they'll be too dissatisfied at being on T, and they are a team that's very good at this map.
Well, I think they're doing really well together as a team. They're doing what we always want from teams, is to actually play together longer, play as a team together for longer, and we're starting to see that happen.
Nice little boost coming out here. Nothing spotted just yet. Auto Director reckons we should see the booster and not the boosty. I don't understand that, but
Yes.
thank you, Auto Director. You are still a friend of ours, just an inconvenient friend. And the B-side play coming in now smokes it down.
That smoke was a pubis away from falling off there. The spam of those USPs through that smoke. Did he spot out Turtle? He did. Massacre. The gun for Goliath Gaming, getting those two important entry frags as they get onto the bomb site. But Goliath Gaming are falling to the wayside here as Deviant, the only man left alive, as Taylor just does some great work from up in heaven. And quite a tidy pistol round there coming in from SKA.
Yeah, Scar looking good there, and Taylor, one of the younger players on the team, gets himself the quad kill as well, which is a nice way to start out, get some money in the bank as well. And interesting with Goliath Gaming, I see those players a lot on the pistol retake servers. It seems to be sort of a 4:30 every day kind of thing about the time when I'm playing there on those pistol retake servers. They're very good at pistol rounds, so it says something when a team's able to take one away from them.
It is. So, sorry, we were talking about Goliath beating Energy and SK beating Goliath. No, not Goliath.
Scar's beaten everybody so far that they've played. I don't think they've played Energy just yet, but Energy were obviously beaten by Goliath. Goliath were beaten by Sinister 5, the team that's in 5th at the moment. Of course, the team that's also qualified for Masters. Lots of young players there, exciting new talents, which we'll probably see in the playoffs.
Massacre picking up the scouts. Just peeking out there and getting absolutely destroyed by that MP9. Hoping to maybe get a cheeky deagle, but nothing coming of it except for almost 84%, well actually 84% worth of damage.
Massacre going to be hoping to find something, and find something. He does. Plucks Dweezil out of the air then. Whoop, that shot from P&D.
Dweezil, what was happening there? I mean, he was just overstepping there unnecessarily. Taylor, really the ideal person to be actually peeking on Massacre either.
Rotation over to the B-bomb site here, and Turtle waiting for them, gets the first, and there's the backup from his teammate as well, closing it out all on Massacre now. He's got the one kill, but can he do more with the scout?
Oh, yes he can.
Under a bit of pressure.
He's using that barrel to his advantage there. I mean, just baiting, sticking the gun out, the barrel of the gun out, to try and get an idea as to who's shooting at him and where they're shooting at. Very smart from him. If
Absolutely.
that's what he's doing.
It's always funny as a commentator when you say, "Can he do something?" You don't really believe it, and then he does. So had to laugh at that one. Gets the first kill, and he could have done some big damage to the economy there for Skeletons again. But still 2 kills with the scout, not too shabby. Goliath on the save now. Skeletons again should just be padding the stats this run.
Yeah, keeping those money acres for themselves. And just with that FAMAS, well, Goliath, a couple of utils to work with. So they've invested in some utils. They want to try and execute onto a site. Hasn't worked well for them here, as they almost go in individually onto the site here. Not really ideal if you've got all those utils and you've invested in there. Nothing comes of it.
Nothing at all. A couple of little dinks there, but doesn't convert into kills, unfortunately. Skeletons getting the great start here. Of course, the unbeaten team on the log at the moment. Goliath, the guys on their heels, and Skeletons going for the bonus round, keeping their SMGs. Only a single rifle. That's got to be a little dangerous.
It is a little dangerous. A little cocky, but no great story ever started with 5 AK-47s. Or 5 M4s, whatever works for you.
Buy here from Goliath, quite a dangerous one, and through the smoke there, knows the angle so well to Zach him. P&D on 9 HP, and he's definitely one of the heavy hitters for this team.
Him and Turtle, absolutely. They did leave XTC to start their own MGO, or just GO.
GO, yeah, because they're the only Counter-Strike at the moment that we know of.
The CS:GO Go.
A CS:GO dancer.
You can call them the Go-Go dancers.
Oh, somebody's feet is going to get seen here, but meanwhile the boost is going to work out.
Who was that? That was Nefun almost getting caught out there twice, but trading out the kill onto Turtle. So, not too bad. Panda's on 9, and Goliath Gaming almost getting caught out there with a double kill, but Nefun lightning quick, almost minx-like reflexes.
Definitely one of the fastest players, and he's one of those guys that has always been spoken about as, oh, Massacre with the big player, gets himself a free kill. The bomb side under a bit of pressure. Nefun definitely one of the fastest players in SA, and Taylor's going to have to be pretty quick here to hold off the bomb side while the rotation comes in.
Going to be interesting.
Is it a fake? I think it is a fake, yes. They're actually going over to B, and I think they've sold it completely.
They have, but Panda, with all 9 health, is there.
Oh!
Goodbye.
Air shot.
Gold will be having none of that.
There was the snake in the grass Panda that you mentioned on the 9 HP hiding behind the barrels, and only gets himself one.
Snake.
What? They didn't get the bomb down. I thought they had it. I thought they had
you
it.
know, when I'm so enthralled by this game that I don't even realize what is going on, and then you just see it, and it's just like, oh my god, I can't believe it. A round that was in Goliath Gaming's hands, just not enough time.
Unbelievable. I thought he was on the plant in time, but he moved. The thing is, in that sort of situation, like a little technical detail on the game, Deviant gonna go down. If you run into the bomb site and you hold E, you'll immediately plant. If you hold left click, it'll only plant when you run into particular zones on the bomb site, and I think that's what happened there. If he'd been holding E, he would have planted on time.
That was there was a tragedy as well when goals needed to defuse and miscued the defuse as well, and missed the bomb by like a split second. Was it defuse or plants? I think he was still playing for Bravado on Inferno. And not wanting to take that fight.
Cheat goals with the slap down in the previous round. Yeah, I don't want to go there. Panda's snake in the grass play did work out really well for them in the last round, delaying enough, and I really thought they had it, but apparently not.
Do they just not have enough faith in holding that angle, that line? Spotted Goals' arm there and just didn't want to take that fight, and neither did Panda.
Oh, the Lurk going to be taken down here. Only 2 left alive for Goliath, but they do have some control in the other bomb site. And the plant will come in, though. But... Oh, P&D getting aggressive, not waiting for his teammates, but Tweezle tickling him through the box there, but not quite taking him down.
Back and just not having enough there. little bit of a mountain to climb there for Hakim. As SK put SKA. I don't want to.
I think we'll call them SKA because their flair is SKA. So
SKA.
We'll go with
Weren't they
SKA.
SA at one stage.
I guess that could have worked, but that would have gotten really confusing. You know, national team colors getting sued, all of that. Never good.
Who would have sued them, Max?
Can't think of a single person.
You know what I like doing when it's cold? Bowling.
5-0 here in this ESEA encounter. Skeletons again with a great lead, and geez, you got to think Goliath maybe feeling a little bit worse for wear after missing out on what looked like a certain round for them.
Yeah, I mean, that's where, you know, match temperament needs to come into play. You put that behind you, shit happens, and you carry on with the game. And you almost feel like as soon as Goliath get the train rolling, things will start to happen for them.
Also got to remember this is T-side on a map that's pretty CT weighted, so not a huge emergency. They're on a low buy as well, so they shouldn't win the round, but they still got the weaponry and definitely they aim to do it anyway, so definitely can't count these guys out. Such seasoned players, so much skill.
I
Somebody
enjoy
in
seeing
chat.
Deviant with a deagle.
Oh, through the wall! What the heck was that?
Oh my word! There must have been a cue from that Molotov that got thrown in there. Weasel
Is he gonna do it alone?
doing some great work there.
All on Massacre, all of 3 HP, and that's
No.
not gonna be enough. The Kobe comes in.
Taylor got so much damage onto everyone. It looked as though like 5 players all lined up there. 'Cause, I mean, every person that died just had Taylor attached to it.
Yeah, well, that's actually Weasel who got the wallbang there, but
Yeah.
Taylor got the spray down on the left side. So yeah,
Yeah.
those two players, the young players in the team as well, locking it down. And last I spoke to Dweezil, he was very positive about how things are going for the team and how it's feeling at the moment. So good to see them doing so well against a team. I think a lot of people would kind of fancy, think Goliath should be better than Skeletons again. Skeletons again playing really well at the moment.
Right now, Goliath not having an answer for the Skeletons again. They're just out firing, out tactical, out everything at this point. Out wall hacks and Toblerone from Dweezil.
That is, I definitely want to clip that. I hope one of the players clips it because that was that was just one of those strange moments. Ooh, Turtle! I thought he might catch the little snap headshot on Massacre, but actually takes more damage himself. And that nade, ooh, Turtle is lucky he moved.
Little push up long here, setting up for a smoke to that A bomb site. Maybe just trying to create a little bit of rotations, diversions, get that B bomb site cleared. But SK Scar are not buying it.
I think if we alternated between SA and SK, it would really confuse people. It could actually be great. Make confusing costs great again.
Yeah, well, we can just drop the K out of Skeletons and Skeletons again.
Yeah, well, Skeletons again getting some kills again. P&D getting one there. This is the old double team P&D and
Well,
Turtle shutting it out.
That execute though, one at a time. One at a time.
Yeah, that was. They're looking a little rattled, and we see the pause coming in here. So I think reconsidering their options because at the moment they're taking a bit of a beating, and I kind of expected them to come back into it after their tilt run, but haven't gotten around since.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not Goliath that we know, and the 1-1-1 execute doesn't really favor any team that does that. You're just making it way too easy, and it's almost as though there's a little bit of how do I say, indecisiveness within the team. That needs to change. Someone needs to grab this pony by the shorts and curlies.
Yeah, they're gonna have to do something. In the meantime, we got in IEM Katowice 3-0. It's a Fnatic, so great start on the next map, Overpass. So we're obviously on Overpass here as well, and Geez, that's actually kind of surprising, I think, to a lot of people. Fnatic as competitive at this tournament as they have been, considering how terrible they were at Star Series a week ago.
Well, they've been on the brink. I mean, we remember that huge Boston Major game they had against, was it SK? Who was it against?
The quarterfinal, that is a good question.
Yeah, it was against SK. SK then went on to play again later that day.
Cloud9 and lost,
Cloud9
obviously.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Tweezle? Oh, he's on point today, and there's the execute through the tunnels.
Oh, nice there from Hacken. Not enough to carry on, and Semantics there coming out from Scar as they go 8-0 up. Starting to look very sore for Goliath Gaming. Up into the hands of Nefun.
Interesting
Yeah,
to
he
see
does,
on the T side. This is one map where, at least on T side, the AWP actually has some nice options. I mean, certain maps like Inferno, for instance, really difficult to make the AWP work for you on T side. But Nef been practicing with it a lot. He's wasn't a primary AWPer in a previous life, but been putting in a lot of time with Goliath, and I think he's been pretty effective with it so far.
Yeah. I was going to say, in his heydays, you wouldn't have seen an AWP in hand, but it's what Goliath Gaming need, and whew, true to the job.
Crispy as you like there from Massacre. Great entry and barely takes any damage as well. So that's finally the entry kill they needed, the start they needed. And a bit of pressure coming on Dweezil, one would think. But so far he's been standing up to it magnificently.
We haven't actually had to say Ace name once. He has been a very quiet, solitary human being this game.
Sweet mercy, we haven't had to say it.
6 kills though, so we haven't. And I mean, his sum total of kills is the sum total of the bottom 3 Goliath.
Oh, through
gaming
the
players.
smoke!
Oh my word, double Massacre single-handedly. Just saying enough's enough.
Yeah, that was so quick, and I mean, knowing the angle so well as well there, Long gets himself 2. Don't know if the first one was through the smoke, but the second one certainly was. And Escaboot, we said his name, and now he's left man alone against 5. Gets the first, but not going to live for much longer. Massacre with a huge quad kill to get Goliath back into the game.
That is great for Goliath, so now they can hopefully build on this. An 8-7 half would be far more pretty for them if it were to be. But they do have a little matter of Panda, Turtle, Dweezil, Taylor, and Escaboot.
If you look at that scoreboard, Turtle and Massacre both on 10 at the top for their teams. The issue is the contribution from the other players, and as you were saying, the 1-by-1 thing not working previously. There it was all an individual player, so I wouldn't even say it's necessarily an adjustment from Goliath just yet. It was Massacre going huge, and Dweezil. We said his name a lot.
What was important to note there is that Goliath actually didn't go looking for those kills. No, they were just patient. They just slowed the game down a bit and set the pace of the game, and it didn't really work for Scar. But Dweezil getting that early pick onto Deviant, as Goliath do not want to be reset now.
I feel like Order Director just wants us to say Escaboot's name a lot.
A lot.
So it's just like, yep, nope, not going anywhere. Goal's one of the classic entry fraggers in South African CS. Poking around towards shorts. A very nice position to be in to take an early pick. And, oh, I think this is going to happen.
Oh!
It is!
Oh, baby. And another one?
What?
How? What is going on here? Hack him, turn them off.
Fantastic work from Dean there. Doing some amazing work and dropping some players low. But they're also low on their side. So, fairly even at the moment. Got to feel like they've got a lot of utility here, and that's going to help
30
them.
seconds. 30 seconds. They don't want to be in the same position they were in last time.
Whoa! Escaboot on fire and gets the kill nonetheless. Time is starting to run out here, and so are the bodies for Goliath Gaming 2v4.
Oh! Dude, I was about to say, Nefon looking away at the very last second. They've got 10 seconds and they don't have enough time. Just leaving it way too long there and not enough power behind it. And Goliath Gaming have some cash in the bank, but wow, just being reset. That's not going to help them.
Yeah, real unfortunate for them. 9-1, and Again, the 1-by-1 thing there. I almost thought maybe with eSports there towards the toxic barrels that they might not check it because they already threw a molly and it failed, but they still re-mollied it and it didn't matter. He stood in the flames, threw the fire in the flame and killed them anyway.
So Fnatic are looking very strong, eh? 6-0.
That is an interesting one because Overpass is a great map for the guys from FaZe.
Flusher getting a backstab onto Nico as well.
Oh, now that's one thing I think we don't have enough of in SACS is the bad guys. There's only one bad guy and that's Kenny, right? The whole of Fnatic is basically bad guys, which I love. It's just fantastic having that storyline. The guys who shoot the bodies and BM the opponents. It's fantastic.
Yeah, you need those guys. I don't think Kenny's a bad guy in game. He's more a bad guy out of game. That guy just like, don't mess with me.
I love it though. I love it. I know a lot of people are not a fan, but it gives it a bit of character. We can't all be nice to each other all the time.
I have no problem with bad guys. When I played Battlefield, everybody thought I was an absolute terror.
It's where you want to be, man. Instill fear in the natives. But Coles,
Yeah, well, nobody messes with you.
I think Coles has found a bit of space towards the B side, but Auto Director doesn't want us to see that. We're going to get the kill there from Dweezil. On the long lurk is Goals. Meanwhile, the Satya. Oh,
Not looking good.
well,
Goals
sorry. I
picking
think I played up Goals a little bit too much there on the B-bomb side. So I'm sorry, guys. Oops. So what do they got to do here, Barry? What do you think Goliath Gaming got to do to change things?
I think if they, as they did in the previous round, you know, just lurk around a bit more, maybe try and get a bit more information, try and see where these players are, because right now, you know, early picks are happening. Deviant is going down very early in the round for Goliath. They're going off in on the back foot. Right now they have no cash, so they've got what we like to call the hero AK. But I mean, going up against a team like Scar that's really just hitting all their shots is always going to be an uphill battle. But I think that's that particular round that they look really strong on, where Massacre, but I mean, you can't rely on Massacre every round.
Trying his best there, but it's, as you say, it is difficult when it's an individual player who just goes huge that wins you the round. You can't really do that again. It's like, okay, well, go forth and kill everyone.
And Auto Director again, just failing us and letting us down there. Nefon making all kinds of noise, as Goliath have managed to do some damage. Deviant Nefon, so 2v2, 2 AKs versus an AK and an M4. So now, this was that lurking role that I told you about. Look for those kills, try and get some intel, and then take it from there. They did get a bit fortunate, but now get the bomb down to make Ace Kaboot work for it. He's got a defuse kit. He's got some utils to work with. Get out the angle behind Optimus.
Oh, got Goals' number. Oh, and he gets the second!
Word. Ace Kaboot. How? That singular moment there has just won these guys this game.
I almost feel like you're right there, Barry. That was just some amazing play. He, all on his own there in a situation where he didn't have the advantage, walks through the smoke, takes them both down. That was incredible play. We were saying we weren't saying his name a lot, but that is huge impact there.
That's 2v1 clutch. Used the nade, cleared out Prime, knew he didn't have to look there after that, and just went in through the smoke. Catching Goals off guard, outscanning him, and then just that little flick onto, who was that? Nefon.
Yeah, that was just scary stuff, and he's having a great game so far. Taylor pushing off long before he gets punished there by Neff. So even trade at the moment, but the weaponry advantage very much with Skeletons again.
Definitely Goals, hopefully maybe wrap around, pick up that rifle that Massacre dropped. And he does.
Yes, for them you've the jumps, and Deviant, wily old Deviant, got all the experience in the world, takes him down with a really clean headshot.
I want to be wrong though. I want this game to go to like 14, something like that. As a player, that kind of situation where you're 2 versus 1, bombs down, you've got everything going for you. That can break a team. I believe Goliath have a much stronger metal than that. But right now, 40 seconds on the clock, and nothing yet happening. Ooh.
Running into the fire.
Start the fire.
Looks like the side hit is coming.
Oh my word, that nade. Launching Deviant into the stratosphere. Hakim coming with everything he's got. And now it's just Nefon and goals again. 2v2.
Oh, the deny.
Ace Kaboot again. Is he going to do this?
Oh!
Does!
No bullets. He had 2 bullets, and he gets the kill.
Cannot believe it. Is he going to do it? And he did it again.
Wow, some amazing work there. 12-1. This is not what I was expecting at all.
Both players whom he really just trounced the previous round, ran back into Ace Kaboot. PTSD. It's gotta hurt. They're down for pistols.
Had to feel there in that round as well when Hakim didn't get the double kill. He got the first entry and he needed to get the guy in water and just wasn't able to complete the kill. At that point, that guy was Iskaboot, and that was the round basically. The fact that he was still there.
Oh, just playing a really solid game here.
Looks like Skeletons again don't want to give up their unbeaten record so far, eh?
I don't think anybody does. Panda, nice little tap and spray. They're taking out Massacre Deviants off screen. Hakim getting 1 kill. Holds the man with all the utils and a P250. Possibly going to run into some trouble there with Panda. Doesn't, and now it's just goals.
Doesn't feel winnable with what he's got on his back, but you never know. CSGO is one of those games where crazy things happen.
Select Panda's rifle, which he does. Only a FAMAS. Gonna hold on to the armor and the pistol. Take it into the... Here, he picks up the M4.
I guess one of the saving graces here for GG potentially could be CT side, because CT side is, you know, one of their traditional strengths. They tend to be a very sort of straightforward team on T side, using their aim to overpower their opponents. CT side, you know, the teamwork and the communication, that can work really well. He might find Iskabut, it just depends on which direction he's looking in. And well, nobody's spotted just yet. And finally, as he tries to plant a hand shows and he goes down. But in general, Goliath are a really strong CT side, so they have the possibility of getting some rounds there. The issue for them is just, I think if they'd maybe been on like a 12-3 or a 11-4, they'd have a chance, but at potentially 13-2.
Sorry, I just want to add, you know, right now as Navi, you got to be asking yourself why on God's green earth we let Guardian go. Man just clutched out a 5v1.
Unbelievable. So good is he, and it's a B-side hit.
Oh, burnt in the fire. Deviant goes down. Still being traded left, right, and center here. There are 2 Goliath players on that bomb site, though. They need to be able to take on Turtle. He is still there, but Panda's coming around quite nicely, dropping a nade there onto the bomb site, spraying down through the smoke as Goliath desperately try and get this bomb down. But rotation's coming in now. Massacre falling back, getting himself 2.
Did he spot him?
One. Did spot him. He has more than enough time to rotate around. Panda's on 11 health. He's got plenty of utils and a defuse kit, but has no... the bomb is there still. Doesn't know where he is. Gonna be a flick. Oh! Massacre just looking too tight on the angle, and Panda finishes off the half 14-1. This is an absolute... There's so many words as Barry that I would love to use right now.
That you're probably not allowed to use.
I won't use, for the respect of our viewers. But this has been an absolute church cake slap.
That's a good one. I like that. 14-1, not what we expected. Goliath definitely taking a bit of pain, but also some of the individual performances from Skeletons again. We were mentioning Iskaboot with that clutch, the AWP on Dweezil being pretty strong as well, except for the one round that Goliath got. Panda being as strong as ever, Turtle being the rock that he usually is, and even Taylor, one of the newer additions, the younger players, also being pretty solid.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Sorry, just to add to that, it's 6-3 for Fnatic, to Fnatic. So FaZe starting to mount a little comeback off of the back of Guardian.
Guardian is unbelievable, and that game against Cloud9 the other night in the quarterfinal, he clutched 2 3v1s in a row to take it to double overtime. So with an AWP, which on Inferno, it's just crazy. He is insane. Actually, that game was a story of clutches, because I recall it was 3 clutches in a row for Cloud9 in the first half, and they won all 3 rounds. And then in the second half, there were 2 Guardian clutches that saved it for FaZe to take it to double OT. It's just like, when does that happen? Counter-Strike truly is the beautiful game, man.
Axe, the simple truth is clutches win matches. And
Yep.
that's exactly what happened at the Boston Major. Stewie 2K, Clutch King.
Yep, very much so. Jeez, a lot of clutching going to have to be done here by Goliath to bring this one back. This is a mountain to climb, and when we talk about mountains, this is sort of the Everest of CSGO at the moment.
Where does this put Goliath after this? Still second?
Second or third, I would think. Oh, tapping away.
Getting those kills there are Goliath, but trading out just as quickly are Scar. So right now, bomb going down. Goals up there on the top. Heaven just getting those nice little picks. So the bomb is down. They're happy with that. Their objective B has been achieved. They can prevent Goliath from getting the defuse here. Still has no armor though. That crossfire is just not a good place to be in. Not when Massacre is rolling up.
So little detail from Massacre. He gets himself 3 kills, but he was hiding in the smoke the entire time that they were planting that bomb. They were literally shoulder to shoulder while the bomb was being planted in the smoke. Didn't make any noise, and then pops out to help on the next kill and finishes it off all of 15 HP. And he's been the one bright spot here, I'd say, for Goliath Gaming. 17 kills. Nobody else even in double digits at the moment.
So 14-2. They've got some rifles on, SMGs in their hands. Get a spot.
Oh,
Goals get a little spot. Oh my word! Just fire? Is that no? That I thought it was almost a goals ace with an incendiary.
do you think they were trying to kill themselves in the incendiary so they wouldn't give money to Goliath on the SMGs? Do you think that was thought out?
I don't know, but either way, they've gone for a 3rd round bias, so they want to try and finish this off. I think,
That was bizarre.
Massacre had the scout, so there was no money made from that.
Yeah, just the good old 300 and those 600 cha-chings happening there. That makes a big difference to the money, I'd say. And
What do you get for an incendiary kill?
I think it's 300.
Okay, I feel like it should be more.
To punish the guy for being silly enough to stand in a fire.
I mean, that's not a simple kill to get.
Oh, jeez, I just felt like Taylor was going to get that headshot. It almost looked like destiny, but it didn't happen.
A little bit of damage done with that HE.
Bomb plant, of course, meaning in the first round that the AKs are out here. And a slight weapon advantage, I'd say, to Skeletons again. P&D taking a bit of contact here, and if Neff peeks back into him, well, Neff actually knocks him, so I thought he was going to take him down.
Looks well.
Oh, the
Goals
boost
getting
punished.
first. Neff fun. Massacre following up. Crowd just getting taken apart here. Turtle deciding to respond to that. 2 versus 4, and go for it. 27 seconds.
I think they've got enough rounds to potentially go for it, but with 20 seconds on the clock, it almost feels like it's save time. They've probably wasted a little too long here. For Dweezil, not going to work out for him. He's going to go down some free AKs for the Goliath Gaming team.
14-4. God, I think I might have jinxed this. 16-14.
You were like, yes, I get to go back and watch some Katowice. Oh no, what have I done? It's okay, it's the best of 5, guys. It's going to be going on for a long, long time yet.
Especially considering FaZe just evened it out with 6-6.
Yep, indeed. So Skeletons again on the very low economy by pretty much a save. No armor on anyone. And P&D taking big damage from that nade. And there's Hakim cleaning up in lowers.
So I just think it's important to point out, Crims, the man of cold mercury, is tilted beyond all measure.
Did he punch the desk or something?
No, he didn't. He repeatedly smashed the desk.
I love it. It makes them come across as bad guys. It's fantastic. Keep punching that. Punish that desk, Crims.
So another nice buy here now, finally coming in for SK. They've got the AWP in the hands of Dweezil. That HE might do some damage. Does a huge amount of damage onto Ace Kaboot. I think he wasn't expecting it to bounce back, so...
Looked like he was trying to catch it.
Yeah. I'm open.
Beautiful pass there, and well, Taylor also low. There's the kill on Ace Kaboot. Very nice shot from Neff.
The whole of Skeletons again, just getting taken out by the scout here, and this is not looking too good. I think Deviant spotted out Panda there and finishes off the job. Nefan doing some great work with that scout, as Turtle's the only man left alive, fetching that AWP, probably wanting to just hold on to that, carry that into the next round. But right now, Goliath starting to chisel their way, fighting tooth and nail to get back into this.
Considering 14-1, really, like that's amazing that they've managed to keep it alive, don't you think?
Well, absolutely. It was all down to that pistol round as well. They had to win that. They had to get that. Turtle's not going to hold on to that.
You might catch him reloading, Hakim trying to get out of dodge, yeah, and he's going to get the kill, but it got a bit dicey there for a second.
Threw that AWP away to make sure that Goliath didn't actually manage to get onto it.
Smart move from a seasoned campaigner there.
AK-47s for everyone on the side of Goliath.
It's like being on the Russian version of the Oprah show. There's an AK-47 under every chair. You get an AK. Everybody gets an AK.
Nefan opting to not go for an AWP. $8,000 in the bank. Ooh.
Oh, that nades money. Everybody low here from those nades. And still some kills coming in, actually. I'm surprised at this. I don't know how they managed to get these kills considering how much damage was traded at the beginning. There's going to be a bomb plant here, and it's very winnable for Skeletons again.
Sorry, just decided to choke.
All good. Hakim there with a very nice headshot. Going to be returned on here from Panda, and he's dropped Hakim really low. Doesn't have armor, and the aim punch is going to wreck him there, so there should be a defuse coming in, but that got super close.
Well, if the one person you want alive when that happens is Hakim, I mean, time and time again we've seen him really pull off some amazing clutch situations, just really keeping Goliath Gaming in this. You never want to see that 15 on the board. You don't want to feel like after a really long game like that you want to go into overtime.
And 11 HP as well. That's quite the clutch. I think if he'd peeked into a P&D with armor there, that would have been all over. But definitely works out for him. And of course, he's no slouch on that trigger either. One of the fastest players in SA CSGO for sure.
Most definitely. So that's boost bonus really working into effect for Scar at this point as they move on to the bomb site. This is definitely something that they can actually win. 2 of the players down, bomb's gone down. Plenty of utils to hold them off that bomb site for a while.
Oh, I think if
another
you...
one.
Oh, I was going to say they should save, and they're not saving. Goal's walking in, and so is Neff, and they're probably all going to go down here. That's disaster for them. Of course, they got money, but the problem Skeletons again on 15, and that's 8 map and match points, and this best of one they got in the back pocket. I think that's quite a psychological blow.
It is a huge blow, and it becomes a case now for Goliath where every single round needs to be a win. There's no other option to this. If they don't win every single round, it's just done, and that's the problem where it's that psychological factor comes to play.
Nice spam there. And that previous round, those entries coming from Iskaboot as well, and they were really clean, nice entries, just blew the bomb side open. It seems like, based on the previous success, their Skeletons again deciding, well, B sort of works for us, let's just stick around here and see what we get, and they get Deviant.
Get Deviant. Massacre trades out with Panda, so every little kill counts. Every little kill is a step closer towards the end of that round, because there are 8 of them that they need.
Such a tough situation to be in, and Skeletons again deciding with a minute on the clock to take it somewhere else. That didn't seem like such a good idea after all, and this could potentially catch Goliath off because Skeletons have been quite intense in the buy rounds on the B bomb site. They've gone A on pistols, but the rest of the time it's pretty much been B. So see if the defense is going to stick around. I think maybe the player Lowe's might have heard the moving pass, but defense isn't really moving yet.
Starting to happen though, as Scar moving onto this bomb site. A few utils for Goliath to use here as they push in onto this bomb site. Nice little spot out there from Hackham, taking turtles. Iskaboot following up though. This bomb site completely opened up as both Goals and Massacre sit in Lowe's there, just waiting for this chance now to retake. No utils, no hits, and Goals is down, and that's it. Scar take it 16-7.
Yeah, very much so. A fantastic victory for them. And I like the little boost there in the end on the retake. That was a nice little detail from Goliath, considering the pressure they're under. But in general, the whole game very much in control of Skeletons again. And Goliath very seldom really had a foot in the door. Massacre, fantastic performance, 21 kills, but nobody else, aside from the 1 year around from Hackham, not really showing up.
No, not at all, and that's the problem, is that Goliath really needed that to happen for them, and it didn't.
Well, fantastic for Skeletons again. They're going to maintain their unbeaten run so far. I could probably bring up the log quickly. I should probably refresh it for those purposes. In the meantime, in IM Katowice, 8-7 at the moment in phases. Advantage considering the start of the half. That's pretty good.
I don't think that's anything to scoff at.
Not at all. So let's bring up the log quickly for you guys. Yeah, Skeletons again making a little space between themselves and Energy. 12-0. No losses yet for them. Energy, the one loss to Goliath Gaming. So they're gonna be sitting pretty there. And Goliath dropped to 4th, Sinister 5 actually overtaking them. So a bit of work for Goliath to do, and I think going into this, if you were a betting man, you probably would have put your money on Goliath, right?
I would have, actually. I really thought after the way they'd been playing so well that this was definitely in the bag for them. But I'm okay with being wrong. It's always nice to see some of the newer teams, the younger teams, the teams with maybe less chance coming through. But you can be guaranteed that Goliath are going to come back stronger.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think if you're PND and Turtle, you're probably feeling pretty good about moving from XTC at this point. That feeling a bit vindicated, hey? They're doing really well at the moment. If we look at their kills in that previous map as well, they're pretty even across the board. Whereas Goliath, it was very much the Massacre show. So excited to see what Skeletons bring for the rest of the season. I'm sure Goliath are going to come back with a vengeance.
I think so.
Cool. I think that's us. Any final words there, Mr. Barry?
No, but thank you for having me here to cast this game. It's always good to have a good cast with you.
Absolutely.
So,
it's been too long. We've got to do this on more Sundays, eh?
I'm keen.
Awesome. Well, thanks, guys, for joining us. This has been ESEA South Africa. It was Goliath Gaming versus Skeletons again. And, of course, earlier we had Energy versus My name is White Rabbit Gaming. I was just thinking Sinister 5 because I'm reading the log. Never read something while you're busy trying to say something that's opposite. But hey, guys, you can obviously catch the VOD. It'll be up in about 20 minutes if you missed the game. And we'll try to bring you some more South African action next Sunday or maybe during the week. We'll see how our schedules work. In the meantime, subscribe to the channel, give us a like, send us a fruit basket, whatever you want to do. We love you guys.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.